Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be talking to you about my 5 favorite cryptocurrencies. Now, they're not in any particular order, okay? So the cryptocurrency I'm going to be talking about, I'm not going to be referring to crypto coin value. So most people are looking for getting an arbitrage investment. I'm not focusing on how much value the coin has. I'm focusing on the underlying technologies of that coin. I'm focusing on the team behind that project. And I'm focusing what is the most important thing of all the people for some reason forget is I'm focusing on the problem that that project or protocol is trying to solve. That's the main thing. I'm not talking about how much money you can make off this cryptocurrency. I'm talking about technology that can really transform society, okay? So, in no particular order, let's begin. Number 1, I'm gonna have over here. So that's my 5. Quick summary, it's gonna be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Manero, Golem, and Factum, okay? Those are my 5. And there's other ones, but these are the main 5 ones I've been studying recently that I really love the team and everything, what they are trying to accomplish, okay? So let's start with Bitcoin because everybody knows that. It's the first blockchain. It solved the problem of duplication, manipulation, replication, which is fantastic. The team, there's really no team around that, but they have great developers globally working on that. The main problem that it solves, it solved it. It solved the problem of duplication manipulation. It added value to the code, and now it can transfer code around the world with intrinsic value. And you can add more than just currency. You can add contracts to that. You can add the deeds to that. You can add property titles to that. There's so many different variants of value that you can add into that code. And Bitcoin will stay here for a while. I don't think so it's going anywhere. There's a huge support network behind it. There's more than $14 billion inside of it right now. So it's going nowhere, and it solves a true problem. I consider Bitcoin digital gold. I really don't consider it the true cryptocurrency fast transaction. I consider it a hedge, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do currently. So I don't see that going anywhere. I love the project. I'm always going to be supporting Bitcoin. It is the first. It has helped so many people. In fact, people forget about this. WikiLeaks would not be here if it wasn't for Bitcoin. You see, I think it was a couple of years ago that the Visa company, the banking company, shut down every transaction toward Julian Assange with WikiLeaks. And that's when they started accepting Bitcoin. So people all around the world, regardless of where they lived, regardless of their religion, their creed, their political affiliation, they could donate now to WikiLeaks. And I always tell people, aren't you happy and lucky that Bitcoin was around to make this possible? And yes, I'm very happy that Bitcoin is around to make this possible, okay? Moving on to number 2, Ethereum. Now, what I love about Ethereum is it really focuses on culture. The developers behind Ethereum, the team behind Ethereum, the culture, the community behind Ethereum is wonderful. That's the main thing that I really love about this protocol, this project, this foundation, is the fact of the culture around it. They're all looking for transformation of good. They're looking for how technology can help people all around the world. And they're looking to break the bubble, to break the mold, and not really fit into one simple box. Most people view Ethereum just as a cryptocurrency. That's secondary. In fact, Vitalik even talks about this. The cryptocurrency is just gas to run the machinery, which is Ethereum. What Ethereum does, the true problems it solves the problem of legal contracts online. Now you can have so many different variations of contracts, multi-sig contracts online, which can help many different people, eliminate many middlemen businesses and associations that take from your transaction for no good reason just because they exist in the middle of the transaction. I think in the next couple of years, you're gonna see more ubiquitous versions of usage for Ethereum with all the different enterprises out there. So yeah, I absolutely love it. I tell everybody, get involved with Ethereum. Whether you want to buy one coin, whether you want to buy the app coins on top of Ethereum, or whether you want to just pay attention. But it's one of the blockchains really solving a problem that really brings an amazing culture and amazing developers all around the world together, okay? Next is Manero, number 3. So not too many people heard about Manero. Obviously, not the people who are not in the crypto space. Obviously, people in crypto space have heard about Manero. First thing what I love about Manero is the technology. It's really, really good tech. Now, this is coming from, I'm not a programmer or developer, okay? Just keep that in mind. So all my technical advice I get from really smart people, much smarter than I around me, that I'm very lucky and blessed to spend every single day. So looking at this technology, it is really good technology. It solves a real big problem, okay? And this is what the problem is, secrecy. It's really good at keeping you secret and serves a purpose. If we look at, for example, Alphabet, people use Manero on there. So people all around the world who may be under dictatorships of governments, who may be in certain regimes around the world that cannot speak or say or participate in commerce, what they want to do, they can be using Manero to keep their identity hidden and also to join the global economic engine that is. So Manero serves a purpose. It's serving the underprivileged around the world who may not be in a privileged position to have an economic benefit in their life. So Manero can help them out that way. And plus also Manero is a true libertarian dream where you can, if you want to do commerce all around the world, regardless of your skin color, your creed, your religion, you can use Manero. So that's why I like it. It serves a purpose. A lot of more merchants are starting to accept Manero, which is really important. And the technology behind it is fabulous, okay? Next is Golem. I love Golem. So if you're not familiar with Golem, Golem is built on top of Aetherium. And what Golem solves is this problem. It distributes computation power all around the world. And I give you an example. Let's say you have a really strong desktop computer with a really strong GPU, memory, etc. and you go to sleep. Obviously your computer is really not doing anything for you, but there's freelancers in the Philippines that can benefit from your CPU, GPU, your memory power that you have on your server over here. You can actually now rent that server out, or not the server, but rent your computer, spare bandwidth or energy or memory to that person in the Philippines as a freelancer. Maybe he needs to use it. So what Golem does is it creates a decentralized, distributed computer system all around the world where people can rent out their computers, GPUs, and memories. And this applies to big companies, this applies to you as individuals. And think about that. What it does, it really brings into the whole recycling model and the whole longevity model of a more of a circular form of business as opposed to a linear form of business. Because let's face it, most of the things that we buy in life, we use one time, right? You buy a bike, you use it maybe 3 times in the summertime. How often else do you use it? You don't, so might as well rent it out, right? So you buy a computer. How often do you use your computer at nighttime during sleep? You don't, so might as well rent out your computer. The team behind Golem is fantastic. The technology is fantastic. They're built on top of Aetherium. I think it's one of the most undervalued cryptocurrencies at the moment. So take a look at Golem. And finally, number 5 is Factum. Not too many people talk about Factum, I don't know why, but Factum is solving some serious problems. They have amazing technology and an amazing team behind them. So what Factum is trying to do is they're trying to digitize physical documentations to put them on the blockchain to make it transparent. They're also trying to optimize the supply chain with the documentation, so showing the digital identity from point A to digital identity for point B. They work with major enterprises, major corporations around the world. And like I said, they have a very robust team and they're actually solving a real problem. A problem of transparency with documentations, a problem of digital identity with documentation when it comes to doing business from a B2B aspect, okay? So the main thing with these coins or with these blockchains and these app coins, all these different ones I just mentioned, the main thing, and to keep this in mind, the main thing is they all solve a specific problem. All these other coins that people talk about, what problem are they solving? Or is it a real problem they're solving? And who's gonna accept these coins? That's the thing, like people speculate on the market. Oh, I'm gonna speculate on X coin or Y coin. Okay, how do I benefit? How do I use it? I'm not gonna go tell my cousins to use it. Where is the liquidity of it? Which merchants are gonna start taking it? So it's really important that you understand that when you're looking at cryptocurrencies or you're looking at other blockchains or app tokens or app coins, what problem do they solve? Is it concise? Is it clear? Does it make sense to you? And do you see the futuristic growth? With these blockchains and different cryptocurrencies, no different than investing in startups. What's the team behind them? Analyze them. What is the technology behind them? Look at the history of the team. Look at their roadmap. Look at their lean startup canvas. Really investigate what they are proclaiming to do and where their futuristic insight is going to be. And that's pretty much it. And that's why I picked these. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Manero, Golem, and Factum. Obviously, it's going to change. More are going to come to the ecosystem. There are some I'm keeping an eye on. One I'm keeping an eye on is Dash. It's just very speculatory at the moment. I don't see any marketplace value yet. Like who's accepting Dash when it comes to e-commerce? Who's accepting Dash when it comes to freelancers around the world? When it comes to remittances, me actually paying people all across the world. So I'm keeping an eye on it. I think it has great potential, but it needs a little bit of time to grow from there. Another one, a lot of people talking about Litecoin. Still, I don't, it's made good for value. Yeah, sure, you want to make an arbitrary buck on it, buy for X, sell for Y, sure. but for futuristic growth and actual liquidity and merchant use and global use from society, I just don't see it. At the moment, I could be wrong. Maybe you guys can fill me in on that. But there you have it. Those are my 5. And like always, I'm giving away Bitcoin and Ethereum, but you got to make a suggestion for the next video in the comment, then I'll send it to you. And like always, if you find value to this video, share this video with your tribe and friends, and see you tomorrow. Peace.